Hey everyone. So TLC Spots has been a big concern to everyone where they should be looking and riding. So I'm going to go through it with you. When you start in the alleyway, and it's a long way to first barrel, so the poles are the timers, and then you see the barrels are out there. You're going to start with a long score by going, sorry, Rocky's deciding to be a mule. You go up the middle first, and then as maybe you get past your timer, you might start coming in for your arc. Now, arcs are going to vary. Some horses are very rappy style. They're very athletic. You're going to ask them to come in maybe 6 feet from the barrel. So imagine the barrel laying down is 3 feet. So that's about where that arc cone is right here that I'm pointing down at. Now that's an arc cone. That would put you coming in about the 6 foot range. Most horses will take 10 to 12 feet. And then some bigger bubbas may even come out 2 full horse lengths. So it could be 12 to 15 feet. So you could be 6 to 8. You could be, 8 to 12. You could be 12 to 15. So again, I like at least 1 horse length. The longer the score, the more important it is you go up the middle. With a short score, you're going to usually end up with a wider arc. You can usually have 2 strides and it'll slingshot you in and out. The tracks you're seeing right now is me doing in and outs. So obviously I would not ride like that in competition. That was for a drill I was demonstrating of moving out for a better pocket. So I'm going to walk forward now, and I'm going to show you where you would come in for spot 1, where that cone is past the barrel right here on the fence. It's exactly 4 feet away from the barrel. So that's straight or longer. I want to make sure I'm lined up with that cone. I may be a foot inside of it or foot outside of it, depending on the horse. But you don't want less than 3 feet. So if you imagine the barrel laying down, that's 3 feet. You don't want less than 3 feet going in or on the back side. 5 feet would be just on the other side of that cone. And 4 feet is pretty much right where I'm at. Now my next spot of looking, okay, as I'm coming in here, if I'm on a free runner, I might sit 4 strides from the barrel and say whoa and do a 2-hand check. If I'm on a push horse, I may not sit till 1 stride from the barrel, depending on the horse. But remember, it's going to take a horse 1 stride to respond. So usually where the tracks cross is a good place to sit and ask for the rate. You want your first stride of rate here before the barrel. Your second stride of rate at spot 1, right here when your leg gets to the barrel. And you don't want to start your turn until the leg is at the barrel. At that point, you should be looking at spot 2, at least 3 to 5 feet behind the barrel. And this is called in the hole, your very first stride around the barrel. So right here, spot 2 is the backside. Again, I want to have at least 3 feet between me and the barrel. And then I can come out tighter. This is your second stride from spot 2 to 3. Your pivot spots are right here. So I'd use my inside hip, inside shoulder, outside leg to come out. Notice the red cone on the fence. I want to move over my very first stride out. That's where I want to ask for my lead changes on my babies as well. I'm going to put my weight in my outside stirrup. I'm going to use my right hand to be pointing to my next straight or longer as I pull up on the horn, and use my left leg to move over. Then I can get back to 2 hands at this point. And again, I'm looking 3 to 5 feet to the side of the barrel. And Rocky's not moving over because it's hard to do video and steer a horse apparently. So first stride of rate happens before the barrel. So I'm about a step too deep. So first stride of rate is here. Front and back feet should be square. Second stride of rate is at the barrel, and my leg is at the barrel. There's my leg. There's the barrel, and that's a straight or longer cone. I'm at spot 1, the entrance. I'm going to look at spot 2, the backside. And again, 3 to 5 feet on the backside. This is the first stride around the barrel. Second stride around the barrel, another full circle because this is a full turn. Pivot out only when I get to spot 3 with my leg. Inside hip, inside shoulder, outside leg again. And I want to really keep my outside leg to finish this turn and keep it really straight going across. Noticing the cone past the barrel, that's where I'm focused. Straight or longer. I'm looking about 3 to 5 feet to the side of the barrel again. Again, little catty horses, 3 feet. Average horse, 4 feet. Big bubba, maybe 5 feet. Or babies, when I'm teaching, I'll give them 5 because it's easier to give them 5 going in on the backside to come out 3 when they're going slow at a lope. But then as they add speed, you can cut it down to 3 or 4. But in the beginning, you still would only have 2 strides or 8 till it's still 2 strides around, unless they're just super small horses. Then you may need a 4-foot pocket instead of 5. But even Rocky at 14.3, he feels better when I look and ride 5 going in on the backside. Looks like I have a stone right there. Need to pick up. So that was spot 1 to 2. Again, rate 1 stride before, 2nd stride at the barrel. In the hole is where I'm at now, spot 1 to 2. And then as I get to spot 2, the backside, my leg's even with the backside. As soon as my leg clears, I looked at spot 3, then I can look up. And I'll use my inside hip and shoulder to snap out for my 2nd stride at spot 3. So I'm going to put this on the fence, and I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the spots as I ride through now. So bear with me, taking you for a ride. Now I'm going to put you on the fence and try to demonstrate the spots for you. See if Rocky listens a little better when I have 2 hands on the reins. Alright, here we go. Putting you in my little handy dandy phone cradle. My redneck tripod. Make sure I don't disconnect me here. Put you in here. And hopefully you can see. Let me get out of the way. Hello, Rocky. Let's go again. Line up with 3rd. Whatever side of the alleyway that puts you on. Stop. Middle. Mark. Rate 1. Rate 2. Spot 1. Spot 2, go to the horn. Spot 3, look up. Set hip outside leg, move over. Go 2. Rate 1. Rate 2. Spot 1, spot 2. Spot 3. Look up. Outside leg, go. So that's basically what you're looking for. You're looking forward to doing out there. You want to be consistent, only ride a quarter turn at a time. From the alleyway, you have to have a plan. Am I hugging the left side of the alleyway, the center, the right side? Is a long score, the short score. If it's a wider pattern, you can be a little on the inside of 3rd. If it's a narrow pattern, line up with 3rd. Your arc is going to be different for each horse based on their size, their style, and their stride. Pocket's going to be different. Spot 1, 2, and 3. Big Bubba can be 5 feet. Little Caddy horse, maybe 3 feet. The arc is going to vary again too, from 6 feet to 8 to 15 feet, as the average, depending on the horse. So, 2 strides on some from the side of your arc, or some maybe just under a stride. So again, it just kind of varies again on their style. But the key is only 2 strides or 8, only 2 strides around each barrel. Each barrel is different. The spots are the same, but you've got a 3/4 turn for 1st because you come in from an arc. 2nd barrel is the hardest. You got to move over, swap leads, and it's a full turn. And 3rd barrel is a half turn, and it's the easiest probably for horses. But you also want to keep in mind that you want to be able to not get ahead of them. So many people get in the hole and look for the next barrel, or on 1st, or on 2nd, they get up before they get to their pivot spot. Sometimes you're too close to the barrel and you have to sit back up and then sit back down. A push horse is going to be different than a free runner. A free runner, you might sit from your rate spot all the way to your pivot spot. A push horse, you might sit up all the way in the hole and then sit down just to finish your turns. So that can vary. It can vary from barrel to barrel if your timing's off, or your horse rated harder than you thought, or ran freer than you thought. So keep all those things in mind. The spots will not change. Your timing will. Your position shouldn't change, but your timing will. So timing and spots will not change. Position and spots will not change. Timing will, based on if they're running hard or rated hard, that kind of thing. Thank you.